A sports pregame show.
Greetings, NBA fans. Welcome to 2K Sports. I'm your host, Ernie Johnson, and seated beside me, Kenny the Jet Smith and the Diesel, Shaquille O'Neal. We'll watch the Brooklyn Nets in this one as they go up against the New York Knicks in New York. For the Knicks, they're not satisfied with the record over the last 10 games. Under 500 basketball, just not good enough. Looking to improve tonight. One of the guys we'll see tonight, Paul Millsap, who was the 47th pick in 2006, known as being a real grinder early in his career, but now he can really stretch out a defense, Kenny.
He can stretch the defense, and who did not know he was 46 players better than him? I don't think so. But he hit one three-pointer every game last 2 seasons, Ernie, not just last year when the Hawks had so much success. But he used that to take advantage of guys who want to run at him, and he got a nice mid-range jump shot as well.
You know, he still can draw fouls and finish under the rim, but don't get it twisted. That's not all he can do. He's also a leader out there, very unselfish.
Just goes to show you. Doesn't have to be a lottery pick, doesn't have to be a first rounder even to have an impact in this league, does it, Shaq?
I wouldn't know nothing about that, Ernie. Because who was the first pick? Word is born.
I was just asking you.
Not Alonzo Mourning.
I was just asking you because you had a chance to talk about Paul Millsap.
That's okay not being your braggadocious. Supercalifragilisticexpialidocious.
Kevin,
you don't know
Kevin,
that.
Kevin, save me. Kevin.
One more line, Shaq. One more.
Peace, I gotta go. It ain't no joke.
Let's get this started. Visiting Brooklyn Nets. At power forward, Greg Monroe. At the other forward position, Paul Millsap. At point guard, Kyrie Irving. At the other guard position, James Harden. At the other forward position, Kevin Durant. The head coach of the visiting team is Lionel Hollins. And now, the starting lineup. At the small forward position, standing 6'8", number 23, Derek Williams. Manning the middle, standing 6'11", number 27, Zaza Pachulia. Starting at point guard, 6 feet 1 inches, number 8, Kemba Walker. The other guard, 6 feet 7 inches, number 5, Nathan Duncan. At the other forward position, at 6'9" inches, number 30, Julius Randle. The head coach of your home team. Ladies and gentlemen, your New York Knicks.
We're coming at you from beautiful New York City as the Knicks prepare to take the home court. Last game for the Nets, a loss to Phoenix.
And hard to say whether it was the game plan defensively that let them down or just the inability to really bring the fire on that side of the ball.
And guys, it was a bit befuddling to me as to why they stuck with it. I mean, they dug themselves a hole and couldn't find the tweaks they needed to get out of it.
Here are the starters for Brooklyn. Paul Millsap out there with Monroe. Then it's Harden. Then there's Irving. And it's Durant in at the small forward position. Harden has a wide open look from outside off the mark. For the New York Knicks, they come in off the loss to the Philadelphia 76ers.
It wasn't just about the bad shooting. It was really more so about the bad offense. They just didn't execute well. The screens weren't there. The spacing was poor, and thusly the defeat.
Well, you've laid out a couple of the details that lead to good offense, or bad if you don't execute them. Shooting is just a byproduct of not screening well and not moving the ball or players well. They didn't execute anything on the offensive end.
And guys, there's no doubt Walker has a lot of the tools needed to be a great point guard. But his shooting percentage is really what has kept him from making the league. Just not as consistent as he needs to be. And a lot of it has to do with shot selection. That also has to improve.
And so it's the Knicks getting on the board first. Harden with it. Guarded now by Duncan. 13 feet away. And that one off the back of the rim and in.
You can't give him that shot. A few open looks are all it takes to get him in the zone.
New York moving the ball around. Randall down low. Millsap's there. Randall no good. Nets have gone 1 of 3 from the field to start this one so far. Harden the pass to Monroe. Dishes to Irving. Here's Millsap. The Knicks pull it in. Inside, here's Williams, and he takes that one up and powers it through.
And that's the kind of lead pass we've come to expect from him.
Clark, they've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a little bit of cottonmouth here. Dry spell for sure.
Durant attacking. Rebound by Williams.
And they're 1 of 5 to start this game. Just really haven't gotten into a flow offensively.
No good from Duncan. Brooklyn's gone 0 of 2 from deep here. Millsap with it. Guarded now by Duncan. Millsap kicks to Irving. Monroe against Williams. And it's in after a nice bounce off the right side.
That's a nice job of getting the ball in the paint and burying the shot. That's exactly how it's done.
Here's the screen. Walker dishes to Pachulia. That's good.
Boy, just an excellent assist. Nice work from Kemba Walker. And Zaza Pachulia, for my money, has been one of the toughest players in the league. He's got a boxer's mentality. Even his face looks a little bit like a boxer's. He doesn't have the quick twitch muscles of some guys, but his power and effort consistently stand out.
Talking about Zaza's toughness, it's one of the reasons he has such a high rebounds per minute average over his career. And defending on the blocks, he's almost unmovable.
He really, you know what, Coach Kidd loves Zaza. He even started him over John Henson by the end of the season. I mean, he's always willing to trade body blows down low and certainly wins his fair share of those battles.
You know, his ability is matched only by his energy, guys. I mean, he's usually in the middle of everything for his team.
The drive by the...
That happened.
Yeah. Now, Clark, that is just ridiculous.
Absolutely filthy. I don't
come
remember
on.
ever seeing a dunk like that in a game. I certainly can't remember the last time I saw it.
I tell you what, fellas, you might not see another one like that one for a while.
Williams passes to Pachulia. And Randall throws it down.
And just another example, Kevin, of how they built this lead, just outworking.
Greg, that was definitely an effort play right there. You talk about that all the time, fighting to get proper position, then slamming home the putback.
Yeah, and if they can maintain this energy level, their lead will be safe. Great assist that time by Kyrie Irving.
The Knicks leading by 3. And Walker kicks to Williams. From 10 feet out, and again, it's New York.
What body control. Even on the move, he still had the balance to knock it down.
Durant up top. He's guarded by Williams. With the fadeaway. No good from Durant. The Knicks have gone 6 of 10 from the field in this ballgame. And Walker kicks to Randall. That falls. Nice feed that time from Walker. Walker's got 3 assists now in this one. Nets trail by 8. Harden dishes to Irving. Millsap a screen on Walker. Outside Millsap. Back to Irving. Down to 5 on the shot clock. The Nets need to get a shot off here. Durant for 3. Again, Durant missing.
And this quarter, he has clearly been off the mark.
Walker against Harden. Randle down low. He's coming off a 16-point game against Philadelphia.
Yeah, but Kevin, a lot of those points came at the line. I mean, he was aggressive to attack the D, not settling, and really did a good job of cashing in on those free throws.
And one feels bad for the way Julius Randle's career started. I was there that night. First game of the season, 7th pick out of Kentucky in the 2014 draft. Suited up for one game, broke his right leg 14 minutes in. And the guy that comforted him the most, I recall very vividly, Kobe Bryant stayed with him the entire time when he was really in shock on the floor.
And he was. And unfortunately, for so many reasons, for one, he had really been progressing in the Summer League. And the Lakers obviously had high hopes for him. And when he went down, that was the start of the rest of the ship kind of going down with him.
Here's Monroe. Battles through traffic and lays it in. Monroe's got his second basket of the night.
Perfect screen there. Set him up with a terrific look.
Yeah, I like the fact that the setup was good, the screen was solid, but you also have to look at the fact that the defender didn't do his job as well as he could have. And, you know, going back to Randle's rookie year, his troubles really started during medical checkups before the draft. They found a foot injury dating back to high school. The fifth metatarsal had been broken, which may be why he fell a few spots in the draft.
Now here's Harden. 32 points for him last game against Phoenix. No good with the triple.
Tough to hit that shot when the D is all over you like that.
Rejected by Millsap. They get it back. And gets hacked by the D. He'll go to the line.
And talking about Randle's rookie injuries, the Lakers were going to let him play through the foot. But once he broke the leg, they did season-ending surgery on the foot as well. Hopefully, now he can just stay healthy and get to play the game he loves.
That free throw good from Randall.
Randall playing well. Already with 8 points, and he's put 1 3-pointer on the board.
You know what, though, Clark? It wouldn't be a bad idea going forward to try to let him do a little more damage from beyond the arc.
Noel's checked in for Pachulia. And a switch here for Brooklyn. Griffin's checked in. And so he makes both from the line. Nets were pretty far back from relevance at times last season, as we saw. It took a late season hot streak for them, Greg, to get into the playoff picture.
Yeah, and that was a neck-and-neck race with the Pacers right till the very end. Not exactly what they had in mind at the start of the season, but they did pull through.
Now here's Durant. He's coming off a 22-point game against Phoenix.
Yeah, but you can't talk about his performance without mentioning what he did defensively in terms of shot blocking. He was a force of nature.
And, you know, for the Nets, they ended up being bounced out of the first round, fell to the #1 seed Hawks. They put up a good fight against Atlanta and made the series interesting, but still came up short.
That's good from Durant.
And for the Nets in the postseason, they did have a good showing despite that early exit. Many people expected the Hawks to sweep, but they took them to 6 games and capped what was an interesting year for Brooklyn overall.
Looking at who's out there now for the Knicks. Lopez, he's checked in for Randall, and Alec Burks subbed in for Derek Williams. He doesn't get the second one. Knicks last season had a lot of problems here in Manhattan, and it showed all over the floor, Greg. And you played for this team. You know what it's like to play basketball in New York. Not a good record for them at home last year.
How about finishing 10-31 here and playing in front of a sold-out crowd every night? And one thing about New York, they're going to let you know when they're displeased. Worst home record in the East and second worst home record in the league.
Irving passes to Durant. And again, no good by Brooklyn.
He's going to play his way right onto the bench and out of the game if he continues to shoot it like he has so far in this quarter.
Duncan can't hit, so Brooklyn will take it the other way.
And, you know, for the Knicks, there were a lot of reasons why they were bad at home. Bottom 5 in field goal percentage, against at home field goal defense, and third worst field goal percentage at home in the league.
Now here's Irving. He had an 18-point outing in their last game against Phoenix.
And how about the extraordinary display of his passing in that game? He was making all the right decisions and had their offense humming.
And Noel gets it to go on the assist by Walker. Walker's got assist number 5 here tonight.
And you know, commend the Knicks faithful. They still would sell this place out. And you have to give a shout out to the fans for sticking through what was a very difficult year. At least it has to get better.
Now here's Durant. Right now, checking his stats, he's averaging over 23 points a game. Lopez with the block.
They've been sensational on the backboard to start this game.
Yeah, sensational is a really good word for it, Greg. They're tearing it up on the glass.
Duncan against Johnson, and the basket good. Duncan's got his second bucket.
Couldn't have dreamed of a much better start here than they've had today.
I think the offensive game plan they came in with was right on point. It's worked perfectly, and the lead they already have is proof in the pudding.
Now a timeout called by Brooklyn.
And Robin Lopez, last season, he missed about 6 weeks with that broken hand, but freak injuries aside, he's been pretty durable over the course of his career. Had played in all 82 games the previous 2 seasons.
Mills, who's checked in for Irving. Nets trail by 18. And Robin Lopez signing a new contract this offseason. He had been significantly underpaid for his production over the last 2 seasons.
And, Kevin, you knew he was due for a raise. 7-footers who impact the game at both ends the way he does are really valuable.
New York's gone 3 of 3 from deep. 9 points rung up from outside here in the first. And it's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot. And a closer look here at the scoring breakdown for the Knicks.
They've definitely had a hot hand from three-point range. Always nice to get off to a good start.
Something else they've done a good job of tonight, right from the start, is penetrating and scoring.
2 shots.
And he makes the first. Last season ended with the Knicks pretty much packing it in, but Clark, it didn't start out that way.
You know what? Not at all. I mean, the Knicks were picked by many, Kevin, to be a playoff team last season. Clearly, things did not go as planned.
And so Duncan nails them both.
And it became clear, thinking about the Knicks again, I mean, it made sense for a team with injuries and being in disarray on the floor to just battle for that lottery.
Now here's Mills. Looking at his numbers, he's averaging about 6.5 points a game.
And another miss. Ooh, he's having a really ugly game.
Yeah, about as ugly as you can have, you're right. And there's the call on Durant. That's his first foul. Lopez a screen. Burks kicks to Duncan. Noel dishes to Walker. Clock at 6. Noel against Durant. And here's Walker outside. And Duncan throws it down hard.
And there are more points tacked on here to the early lead.
And it's a nice lead as well. I mean, it's no mystery how they've done it. They're attacking the basket.
Now here's Durant. Johnson sends the screen for Durant. And again, Brooklyn with the triple.
Kind of packing it in for the sake of being better in the future can possibly work in New York for a year or two, but not longer than that. The media will eat you up there if you don't start making some progress towards winning, pleasing basketball.
Here's Duncan. And he can't answer back. The three-pointer offline. Durant kicks to Johnson. The basket good off the assist from Durant.
Excellent work there in transition.
Yeah, I think it's always better to go early in transition, to attack when it's there, because oftentimes you can beat the defense down the floor.
And the Knicks decide to take their first time out here. You go back to before last season with Durant. He was up to lead Team USA to the tournament, but had to withdraw from the team.
And, withdrawing, Kevin, might have been the right play to keep him healthy. He still ended up on the shelf a good while last year, but I still think it was the right decision on his part.
A minute 20 left to play in the first quarter. And it's Duncan penetrating. Down it goes. That's 4 made from the field. He's 4 of 8.
They're finding lanes to the hoop now with consistency. 5 buckets in a row from the paint.
And on the flip side, Greg, the defenders have to show more fight on the interior. They've got to offer more resistance here.
Now here's Durant. 6 points for him. Goes up to the stripe. And again, it's Brooklyn converting.
I tell you, he has some impressive moves in his repertoire. That's as good as it gets, but just one of many.
Passes it to Walker. There's 45 seconds left to play here in the first. There's a screen by Noel. A shot by Duncan. Nobody around. Buries it from three-point range.
Defensively, they've got to pick up the intensity. Hard to win surrendering this high a field goal percentage.
Yeah, you've got to turn up the dial on the intensity at the defensive end if you're them. I mean, it's still early, but I agree with you.
Their game plan needs to change if they're going to get out of this hole, because he is just not there offensively. And a huge lead here early to start.
Well, you know, right from the tip, there's not anything they haven't done well so far.
3-second difference between shot clock and game clock. Noel against Durant. 6 to shoot. There's the pick. Johnson for 3. Duncan with some nice D.
Hey, they got the shot they wanted off of that pick, but it just doesn't fall.
Yeah, it didn't go down, but you'll take that shot every single time, Greg. That's good offense.
And as we conclude the first quarter, a one-sided game so far. Knicks lead by 19. We've got more in store for you right after this. And Nets head coach Lionel Hollins known for his no-nonsense style, but he'll tell you he's still got a good sense of humor. I still don't think that Coach Hollins is anyone to be trifled with, and I think the Net players would agree with me on that one.
Oh, yes, I know they've got that one figured out. And I do, too, as a matter of fact. The last thing anybody on the team better be doing is laughing at Lionel Hollins. Just ask Darren Williams.
And welcome back. It's been all one-sided so far through the first quarter as our second quarter gets underway. And the Knicks guys have been rolling right along here, haven't they?
You know, it's been about how solid they've been offensively here, really tuned in with one another.
Good ball movement, and it's paid off on the scoreboard.
And a moment now to reset the lineups, courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up for the second quarter of basketball. And Brooklyn, looking who they've got. Irving is out there with Harden. Then there's Paul Millsap. Then there's Monroe. And it's Griffin in at the 4 slot. He was all alone on that one. 12 points for Julius Randle.
He's got some serious momentum going right now. He's been great all day. Even last game, he was on fire.
Irving passes to Harden. And it's sent back by Lopez. They get it back. Millsap misses.
And a big lead for them on both the scoreboard and the backboard thus far.
Yeah, rebounding has been a big key in this one, Greg. They've asserted their will and have taken control on the glass.
Now Walker following the miss by Paul Millsap from deep. Good work defensively by Harden.
Yeah, credit the D there. Got his hands up and made sure he wasn't comfortable on the release.
Sure did. Stayed real snug on him and didn't allow him the space he needed to get a good shot off.
The Knicks leading by 22. Walker dishes to Randle. Tries from 10. That falls. Nice feed that time from Walker. 14 points for Julius Randle.
He has created some terrific opportunities for himself and really made the most of it.
Irving kicks to Monroe. Millsap a screen. Harden up top. Burks covering. It's Harden with the drive. Outside for Millsap. And the Nets miss again.
He hit a 3 in the first, but so far has been unable to capitalize here in this quarter.
Harden's shot is good. New York's gone 1 of 2 on 3-pointers here in the second quarter so far. Williams passes to Burks. And it's Walker penetrating. Lopez. Good for the basket. Starting off 1 for 1 with that shot.
And good passing, setting up a lot of these buckets right now, Kevin. That's been the key.
Dime dropping delights is what I call it.
Yeah, that's a nice pass. I will give you that one.
Yeah, he was on the money, that's no doubt. Now a timeout called by Brooklyn. You look at the numbers for Robin Lopez, Clark, they won't blow you away, but his impact is a lot bigger.
Exactly, Kevin. I mean, he's unselfish as a player, does all the little things. He's not focused on his numbers or shot attempts, and that's a welcome deal for coaches and teammates. He just wants to help his crew win.
But Julia, he's checked in for Robin Lopez. Second quarter of play with almost 3 minutes gone.
And speaking of the intangibles for Robin Lopez, He's great at boxing out for rebounds and setting screens offensively. Again, things that there really aren't stats that are kept, but those are ways you can impact the game. And those are the kind of plays that often go overlooked.
Now, here's Burks. Following the miss by Kyrie Irving. Shoots the three. Burks can't get it to go.
Boy, even though he missed, you can't give up that kind of a look very often.
Better to be lucky than good sometimes. Fortunately, they didn't get burned on that one. And Lopez, or as they like to call him, Rolo, an elite rim protector. Just a really good shot blocker, but he doesn't chase blocks. He just challenges every shot inside without fouling.
When you think of James Harden, you don't think much about his athleticism. His strength, though, is exceptional for his position.
Yeah, I think that's his greatest attribute. His ball handling's good, but it's his strength. He's able to run through contact.
That free throw, no good.
And Harden able to get wherever he wants on the court. I mean, he can muscle you, but he's also got that Euro step and all those moves that just leave you in a dizzy.
Good on the second free throw.
You know, and Harden, you think about how elusive he is, but at the same time, he's a guy that seeks contact. I mean, he'll entice a defender to try and reach in, and a master salesman when it comes to getting those refs to blow the whistle.
Now, here's Burks. He gives his team some nice contributions, averaging a bit over 10 points a game. Rebounded by the Nets. Monroe's got his 5th rebound in this one. Lets it go from deep, and James Harden hits from deep. Harden's got 6 in the quarter.
And started hot, and he's only gotten hotter.
Walker against Irving. And Walker kicks to Williams. New York moving the ball around. They get it back to the left wing. Burks' shot is good. Burks has got 6.
You know, one aspect of their play today that's really been tight and far superior is their passing.
And that kind of flow can be elusive, but the great offenses have it, and that's just what they've shown here tonight.
It's Harden with the drive.
Just call him the beard. James Harden, not just iconic, but also entering the conversation for the best player in the NBA.
James Harden at the line for 2.
And the first one drops.
And listen, the Nets had an up and down year on offense last season, but the one thing they always did was finish their drives. Very good at getting things to drop off the bounce. That was a strength last season.
Harden hits them both.
Take a look at what Harden's been doing. He's got 10 points, and he's contributed 3 points from the line, too.
And those free throws add up, guys. That is extra offense.
Burks dishes to Randall. From the baseline. Rebound, Brooklyn. For the Nets, and they're driving. They were fantastic, Clark. 2nd in the league last year in field goal percentage off those drives.
And a big reason for that is the strength and size of their guards, because they all can finish in traffic, and that's how you get high shooting percentages. You have to make tough shots against contact. They've done well at taking advantage of some late defensive rotations and getting the ball into the paint.
Clearly, they've been the aggressors thus far when it comes to attacking the interior in this first half.
Now here's Randall. 14 points for him. Back to Williams. Shot clock at 5, and he gets it to go. And the Knicks lead by 21.
Another gap in the defense found there, and they've really had their number today.
On the wing, Harden. Picked by Griffin. And out of bounds as the Knicks gain possession.
And a chance here to take a look at the numbers for Kyrie Irving. Right around 21 points per, 6 assists, and 3 rebounds. He has been at his most dynamic, no question about it, a real handful.
Well, he's operating at the highest level right now, one of the truly elite talents in the NBA.
Kevin Serafin, he's checked in for New York. Noah Vonleh comes in for Julius Randle. The Knicks leading by 21. Vonleh setting the pick for Walker. And Griffin sends it back. They retain possession. Walker with a clean look. Nice spin off the left rim and in. Walker's got 7 points in the game.
Superb assist there. He played the role of the maestro on that one.
Irving passes to Harden. Kicks it to Monroe. And foul called as he misses. He'll go to the line and shoot 2.
And what a double-double machine Greg Monroe is becoming. Top 6 for power forwards last season. Top 5 for centers. And his game is only continuing to evolve.
The Nets have made 4 free throws from the line and missed 2.
All right, now, take a break. 2 shots.
The first one falls. Well, Greg, the thing about Monroe, we knew he was a prolific scorer and a rebounder when he was a 5-star recruit out of high school. So, Clark, this is nothing new for him.
I think what you see, Kevin, is the added muscle coming into play and benefiting him. He's just an average athlete, but being stronger makes him more effective.
And the Knicks making a change here. Duncan's checked in. So 1 for 2 that time at the stripe.
Listen, the Knicks finishing at the bottom of the East last season. They didn't go into the season thinking they were in for a rough go, making last season all that more painstaking for the fans.
Serafin, that's good, and so Duncan with the assist.
You can't afford to get him that kind of a look.
Well, you know, he came off a good screen, but still, as a defender, you've got to do a better job of fighting over and through that.
Now here's Durant. 8 points for him. And it's Noah Vonleh with the foul. That is his first foul of the game.
And the next one puts him in the bonus.
Yep, they'll be trying to draw that next foul quickly so they can start getting those easy chances at the stripe.
So for the Nets, Johnson, he's checked in for Millsap. Harris comes in for James Harden. And it's Mills in for Kyrie Irving. Williams against Durant. Lets the 3 fly. Tries to keep it alive. And the rebound goes to Duncan. Duncan's got 4 rebounds in this game.
How's that for a quick possession?
Yeah, no hesitation at all taking that one to the basket. Beautifully done.
And here's Mills. He hasn't scored yet. That I'm sure will change. Here's Durant. Durant with another miss. New York's gone 6 of 10 from three-point range, up over 50% for the ball game. And Patrick Mills gets that whistle that time. That is his first foul of the game. The Knicks making a switch here. Noel's checked in. And the Knicks with possession here. Duncan kicks to Williams. New York moving it around. Shot clock at 6. The drive by Duncan. And he gets the bucket. Duncan's got 4 points now in the quarter.
Pretty much all of their buckets coming from inside the paint now.
That's right. 5 of their last 6 makes were on the interior. They've established their inside presence.
Now here's Walker. D right on him. The shot by Vonleh no good. And for Brooklyn, they're shooting 34% from the field. That's not going to get it done.
I mean, that's a tough break for the D. I mean, he took the hit and drew the whistle.
Yeah, but he was late to get there, Greg, so the referee couldn't give him a free pass on that one.
One of the most dominant players in 2014 was Kevin Durant, of course, winning the league MVP. Then last year, cut short. We know that he's now on a mission to get back to that level, and Greg, it's hard.
Yeah, you know, it all came down to health for Kevin Durant. And at this point in his career, I mean, he's got the maturity. He's developed the skill set. He's just got to stay on the court. And really, when you talk about the game of basketball, the rest will take care of itself.
And good on the second, so he makes them both.
You know, talking about Durant as he looks to recapture the league MVP, you can take a cue from last year's MVP, Stephen Curry. Curry battled through numerous ankle injuries over the years earlier on, only to come out on the other side with his best season ever in 2K15.
The defense there got away with a major lapse.
Johnson with it, guarded now by Duncan. Johnson dishes to Durant. From 12 feet out, and no good, trying to use the glass.
And getting back to Durant, sometimes adversity brings out the best in you. Adversity challenges you to rise above. And Kevin was already at the highest rung on the ladder. I think his opponent should be very afraid of what they're about to witness this season.
For New York, they have been good at the line so far, 5 of 5.
One shot, gentlemen.
Free throw good, Duncan. Nets were the hottest team and story a few years back, certainly, but last season they were put up for sale, surprisingly to some, Clark, midway through the year.
Yeah, that was odd timing given the new arena and rebranding. I mean, you would think after all that effort to rebuild the team, you would see it through.
Here's Monroe. And a kind roll that time off the rim as that one falls. Monroe's got 7 points in the game. Outside, Walker. The basket drops, and he gets fouled on the shot. One free throw coming his way.
And for the Nets being put up for sale, a big part of it was they were a team that was supposed to compete for titles. And since the move to Brooklyn, they have had trouble going deep in the playoffs.
And he's got his first chance at the line here.
And last season's numbers show him at about an 83% clip, which is far better than most.
Guys, I thought he got into a groove last year at the charity stripe, and I thought he maintained it deep into the season as well.
And that one falls for Walker.
And you know, with Brooklyn, I don't think anybody wants to take over a team in a rebuild mode. I mean, that's what the Nets seem to be looking at for the next few seasons. They had their shot, went all in with some of their decisions, unfortunately came up short.
Outside Durant. Looking to get back on track here. And the shot counts. He's fouled, and it's a chance for a three-point play.
Yeah, outstanding job there of taking the harm and still able to finish.
Yeah, he imposed his will on the defense that time. He was not going to be denied right there.
3 trips to the line so far for him in this one.
One shot.
That's good from Durant.
Kevin Durant has been getting it done. He's got 13 points, and he's managed to get 4 of his points by way of the free throw line.
And Clark, that might not make the highlight reel, but those are important points nonetheless.
Duncan misses.
You know, even though he missed that three-point shot, I think the defense has to do a better job of challenging the shot.
Yeah, as a coach, you can really ill afford to have those types of opportunities presented against your defense.
No luck. Feeds it to Noel. Williams kicks to Walker. To the inside. And there's Lopez. That's good on the assist by Walker. Lopez has got his second basket.
Boy, they've gone on this run, and ball movement has been a big key.
It really has, Clark. The defense unable to react as quickly as necessary in terms of dealing with their passing.
Durant from 16 feet away, he cans it. Durant's got 15 points.
And he's made more than his fair share of those today.
Walker the pass to Duncan. And the rejection by Monroe. Here's Mills, finished off the break. Mills has got his first points of the game.
Wow, that's a really smooth finish.
That's why we and they always love seeing him at the end of those breaks. He makes it look fun and easy.
And he is the ultimate when it comes to being a floor leader on the offensive end.
Yeah, you know, he's got a little bit of Greg Anthony in it, and he has been that leader today. I think he's done a really nice job of moving the ball and distributing it the way it needs to be done.
Well, Clark, I'm glad you referenced specifically why you thought he had a little Greg Anthony. I thought you were talking about the knees, my man. He looked a little hobbled out there for a moment.
Duncan with it, picked up by Harris. And Duncan gets it to go in. Duncan's got 12 now in this quarter.
Boy, has he put his foot on the pedal here this quarter. He's doing a terrific job in terms of leading their offense.
6-second difference between shot and game clock. Inside, the kick out to Walker. Duncan left side. And 2 free throws coming up as he misses that one. Drawing the whistle and a lot of contact there. It's on Kevin Durant.
Clearly a foul.
Yeah, he took a shot there, earned those free throws.
For New York, they have gone a perfect 7 of 7 from the line tonight.
Shooting 2. Shooting 2.
The first free throw is good. No good on the second free throw. Johnson right side. So as we conclude the first half, so far fairly one-sided. It's the Knicks running away with it. Time now for the halftime break, with the third quarter soon to follow right here on 2K Sports.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Ernie Johnson here again with Kenny Smith and Shaquille O'Neal. We welcome you back to the 2K Sports Halftime Show. New York holding the upper hand after the first 2 quarters. They are completely in control of the game, leading by a massive amount. Kenny?
They looked like they were playing an easy game of pitch and catch out there. The playmakers and finishers were in sync on every level. The assist disparity, now that was big. Now that's the reason why it's a blowout right now, and they played well.
And over to the big fella, your thoughts on the Nets.
Well, when you look at the opponent field goal percentage, that tells the whole story. They gave up way too many good looks. When they come out of the break, they got to play way tougher, Ernie. Get those hands up. Get in your opponent's face. Do something.
That wraps it up for halftime as the game is just about to get going again in the third quarter. We will see you later.